Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the second part of the video I posted earlier this week. It is going to be about overclocking the Xeon X5680 and overclocking the graphics card, which is the GTX 970. We did the Cinebench and Unigine Heaven benchmarks for the CPU and GPU respectively, and we're going to see what we can get after the overclock and then test out some games. The games will be Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and we're going to run Doom because I really like that game and I want to see how it performs. Without further ado, I'm going to do some overclocking. I'm not going to show you every single step of it, it's going to take too long, but once that's done, we'll load it up and run a stress test, see how it's running, and we'll move on from there. Alright, I'm running some stress tests now. I've been running IDA64 for about 6 minutes. So from the base clock of 3.3 gigahertz, I am up to 4.1 gigahertz on all cores, which is incredible. Temps are looking pretty good. It looks like the highest I hit was 79, which is not ideal, but this case doesn't exactly have the best airflow, so I'm probably going to do a case mod on it too and make some little holes in the front of it, because the only spot on it is, I'll actually show you guys here, the only spot on this case for airflow is this little spot right here. If you look at the top of it, there's nowhere else in the front. There's no ventilation on the side, none on the top, none on the other side, just that spot right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to put some holes here, because all this behind this front panel is just plastic. So I'll put some holes, I'll probably put some dust filters in there, and that'll give the 3 front case fans a lot more opportunity to suck in air. But I might go a little higher with the overclock here actually. So I'm gonna let this run through, make sure this is stable, and then try to bump it up a little bit and see what I can get to while keeping the temps good. Alright, so before the overclock on the X5680, we had a score of 1,670. I've now got it up to 4.3 gigahertz, which is 1 whole gigahertz higher, and we now have a score of 2,032, which is only 400 points short of an i7 7700K. Obviously that 7700K, that's its base, and it can be overclocked as well, but I paid a heck of a lot less for this Xeon than I would for a 7700K. So I am not mad about these results at all. And running the Cinebench and the IDA64 at this clock speed, we only had a max temp of 78 degrees Celsius. Next, we're going to overclock the GPU, and we're going to see what kind of score we get out of that. Alright, and if you look at that, we went from an average FPS of 111 to 120 with a score of 3023. A minimum FPS is 28.1 and a max of 242.4. And now that's a 9 FPS increase, which isn't the biggest amount, but it's still, you know, for what you have, using it to its fullest potential, you're going to put your stuff to work. Make sure you have proper cooling, the overclock going, staying at good temps. I haven't gone over 70 Celsius through this whole benchmark. So next we are going to fire up some games and see what we get. Let's start with Fortnite. Alright, we're loading in the Fortnite now. We're going to see what we're going to get. And I have high hopes for this. I have it set to high settings with a view distance on Epic. And I'm hoping we're not going to see any stuttering or, you know, lag or anything like that. I don't anticipate that, but you never know. So as soon as this loads, we'll find out. Alright, we're dropping. Looking out into the distance, thinking this is the first time this has ever been played on this PC, so it's gonna be a little choppy at first. Here we go. Correct. Now we're looking good on frame rate now. Looking around 90-ish FPS running around. We dipped down to 40 for a minute there, but we're dropping in. This is definitely a playable experience, as you can see. Alright, let's find some more people. I got lucky that time. Oh, somebody up there. There we go. There's two people. Oh, get him! Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's a banana. There we go. Let's go. I swear I never do this good in this game. It's the PC, man. Look at that. The overclock's paying off. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm in a circle. Fast forward to all kinds of videos. Let's go! Oh, that one bullet. Oh, let's go. Oh, there we go. Alright, that was definitely a very playable experience. Next we'll jump into Warzone. Warzone. The game everybody wants to know when you're selling a PC. Can it run Warzone? Well, we are about to find out. Once I go over the price, you'll see how much it cost me to build this PC, which is a little bit more than my last Warzone PC, but I'm expecting a little bit better performance as well. So, we're about to drop. Didn't even get to play around. Nothing. Let's go. Look at that, 75 FPS on a mix of high and medium settings. Hitting 80 FPS right there. Way better than the last PC. I was only hitting about 60 the last time. I'm gonna drop right here. I saw a gun. Oh yeah, this isn't Fortnite. Wrong button. Alright. Look at that, 73 FPS. What we got? What we got? No armor, no armor, no armor yet. Alright, keep moving. I don't want to sit still too long here. Too early in the game for that. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Boom. Yep, got dropped. Well, whatever. Still look pretty good. See if I can clutch it in the gulag real quick. I got a pistol, cool. Alright, clutched it in the gulag. But that's enough for this game. Let's move on to the last game today, Doom. And here we are in Doom, high settings, getting about 90 FPS. Alright, there we go, now we're in some stuff. Look at that. Alright. Look at 100-ish FPS. This is high settings. That's what's up. Alright, we're looking pretty good. Alright, that's about it for running this game. I'll see how it's doing. Let's move on to some talking about the build and the rest of it. Alright, as you can see, PC behind me, I'm going to do the little case mod, put some holes in there for the airflow. All the benchmarks were ran on 1920 by 1080 resolution, and I set the settings for each game individually while I was in them. Now the prices. So this was a used build that I spent a little bit more than I normally would. So for the CPU I spent $60. The motherboard was actually, I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was 2.5 hour drive for me. So I had the guy send it to me, but I also requested that he use UPS and have it packaged really securely and really wrapped up and safe. So that cost me an extra $30. So total I spent $80 on that. So just for the CPU and motherboard, it took me to $140. The graphics card I had for $100, which brings us to $240. The RAM, which is only 8 gigs right now. I'll put more in. It has 6 RAM slots. I'll put more in when I get more. That was only $10. So that's $250. The SSD I got for $15, and the hard drive I got for $10. So that's another $25. So that takes us up to $275. Then the case was $50, which takes us up to $325, and then the power supply, I spent a little bit more than I wanted to. I spent $60, so it takes me up to $385. Normally I'm trying to build gaming PCs for a little bit less, so I can make a little bit of profit, but actually this one's not too bad because I'll be able to sell it for more, because it got really good FPS in Warzone on a mix of medium and high settings, really good FPS in Fortnite, and I just saw Doom. And if somebody doesn't want to play like Warzone and they want to play other games, this is going to do great. Especially if somebody just wants to play something like League of Legends. I've had a couple of people ask me for that. I'm like, you don't need a system this powerful for League of Legends. I mean, you can do it if you want, but going over 120 FPS, if you don't have a good monitor, is kind of pointless, because you might notice some lag spikes in it. Your monitor is trying to keep up with FPS being output by your graphics card, and if it can't do it, you're going to see some stuttering. Yeah, so it took me a long time to get the rest of this video finished, because now it's Friday at like 6-ish p.m., something like that. I wanted to have this up earlier. Some stuff came up. I had to work my job, but I finally got it going, and I'm going to try now to have another video up on Monday. I'm going to try to keep consistent with Mondays, and that's about it for this video. If you guys liked it, I hope you hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell to get notifications when I post new videos, and let me know what you think of this build. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and even if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Be honest with me. Let me know what I can do better. I'm just trying to work my way through this YouTube thing, have fun, entertain, maybe be informative a little bit, and also stop trying to say so much. With that being said, I'll see you guys later.